go. All right. So Darwin is on vacation, so you guys are stuck with me. So what we're talking about today is this is something that I have been hammering on for literally as long as I have been in the business. Let me put the slideshow on. Oh my goodness gracious. Come on, guys, here. There we go. There we go. Slides are there. But now I can't see you guys. Wait a minute. Hang on.
It's on the other screen.
Yep. I got to hang on, guys. I got to change this because now I can't. It's not on the TV.
We're seeing, I think, your version, like the master.
That is not
Yep, okay.
what I
now
want.
now it's back to normal.
What's that?
Okay, hang on. Yeah, because we have it on the TV here too. And so what I want is for it to be on.
Then if you right click, you can change your screens.
You're back on presenter slide.
Yeah, I don't want to be. How's that?
There you go. Yep.
Okay, but now it's not on the TV.
But it's correct on the
technology.
screens.
A pain in the butt sometimes. Okay, let's do this. Let's do, because now my folks here can't see. You know what? It's not that big. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this.
I can see it.
Hang on, now I can't figure out why it's. One second, guys, then we'll get it back on here.
Oh, wow, the mobile home's coming down from the border. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
the third one I've seen.
Okay.
Maybe they're clearing out that mobile home.
It looks like another one's coming too. I see flash.
Here we are. Okay. We may just have, it may not be full screen. So we're doing what we're going to do, guys. So bear with me. We'll zoom in. There we go.
It's like half a one.
Hmm.
All right. Can we now at least see what we're supposed to see? It says all things video. I know it says some stuff around it. Is that okay? Does everyone can see it?
Yes.
All right, beautiful. All right, so I have been harping on video since I was 22 years old. It is quick background for those of you who don't know who I am. My name is Peter Toering. I am our branch manager in Lake Orion. I started off at Coldwell Banker Professionals about 10 years ago, took over our Clarkston office 5 or so years ago, and now run our Lake Orion office here. I built my business doing video and open houses. So that is how I built my business. So that is one of the things that I harp on all the time. And the thing that I can't get agents to do, it seems like almost ever, is to do video. So today, hopefully this is going to give you some ideas of how to create engaging video, why you should be doing it. I know these are normally a half an hour. We'll try and stay to a half an hour. We'll be moving quickly, but with me, you never know. So, all right, why in the world should you even be doing video? So, all right, so social media likes if you don't understand the social media algorithms, they push certain things. So you'll only see about 10% of what is actually being posted, right? So what it pushes is things that are engaged, right? Because remember, on social media, you are the product and your data is the product and what you like is the product. So the very lowest thing that they're pushing is just text posts, and then photos, and then video. Video is the number one thing right now. It's why Instagram has Reels. I think we might be destroying our attention spans with these 30-second videos, but they're certainly everywhere, and they're certainly the number one thing that we're looking for. So it's just going to get more engagement. And you'll be surprised actually about how much engagement you get. You've done some videos. It wouldn't surprise me. I know I just was talking to Darwin. He said he got like 8,000 views on the one he just did the other day, just putting his phone in front of his face. The other reason is it helps build trust and rapport with people. The fastest way to get in touch with people is to do it via video, right? So if I can reach 1,500 people on a video, or how long is it going to take me to call or text or email 1,500 people? It also develops a real sense of trust. So people that you haven't, even if you haven't seen them in a long time, if you've got a favorite TV host or a favorite podcaster or a favorite news anchor, you kind of feel like you know them because you've been seeing them on video, right? And so it's helping build trust, and it also is helping keep you in front of your people as often as possible, right? So I can't call all of my sphere every week or every couple of days, but they can see me on video. The other thing it does is help engage your audience. So the more people that see you, the more people that actually engage with what you're doing, the more that they're going to see. So the more that people like, comment, and share your stuff, the more that they're going to see. The other thing is it helps build your brand. It helps understand who you are. It helps people understand the business that you're running. We all obviously run businesses under the CB or under the C21 brand, but we each have unique individual brands ourselves, right? My brand is not going to be the same as John's or the same as Holly's. They're going to be a little bit different, right? And so video helps you understand what that tone is, and it helps people understand who you are, right? I'm just going to super briefly go through where you should be posting these things. I think 99% of the stuff should go directly to your social. So it should be Instagram, Facebook. Realistically, you should have your Instagram hooked up to your Facebook so that if you post from Instagram, it'll go to both. By the way, I believe marketing can help with this stuff. And I think that we need to focus on 30 seconds to 2 minutes. And really 30 seconds to a minute. I think that if you want to do more long form stuff, you can absolutely start a YouTube channel. By the way, if you have a Gmail address, you already have a YouTube channel. You don't need to go and create anything separately. I'm not going to get into the actual logistics of like operating YouTube and that sort of thing. This is really more focused on, I want you guys at the end of today to be able to walk away, go put your phone in front of your face and post something to Instagram and Facebook. So that's where the majority of this is we're going to be talking about. And I do think that you should embed a video in your website. Talk to the tech folks about filming an about me video and embedding it in your website. But I'm not going to go in. Hi, Eric. We're not going to go into depth with that. All right. So the key here is, so most of what we're going to talk about here is social media, Facebook and Instagram. I am not on TikTok. I know my wife is. It's not something that I understand. So I'm not going to pretend to tell you guys that I understand the algorithms of TikTok. And also, if you look at home buyer demographics, the vast majority of them are on Facebook and Instagram, right? Because our average home buyer is when they're, let's say, 35 to 50, especially if you want a double sale. So what our purpose here is, like we already talked about, staying top of mind, social proof, which is sharing our stories, what we've been doing, right? Hey, this was the house that we were out touring, reminding people that you're in business. If you've taken my open house class, you know that even if you're holding an open house, even if it's not your listing, you're reminding people, hey, Brenda's out doing business, right? We're reminding people of what we're doing and why we're doing it. You don't have to be super formal. You don't have to be super scripted. There's all sorts of stuff, and we're going to go through the majority of this is just going to be ideas of what in the world should you be saying. I'll also tell you, as someone who's a talker, we will say, creating a 30-second video is much harder than creating a 30-minute video. I can come up here and talk for 30 minutes, but to be able to succinctly say what I want to say and get that across within 30 seconds, because that's what you've got. You've got about 2 or 3 seconds to hook people, and then you've got 30 seconds, and then they're on to the next video. So you've got to be able to say what you want to say. And that's, like I said, where we're going to focus. Instagram is basically the same show. Like I said, right now, most of like my personal stuff, anything that's going on my Instagram feed is also going on my Facebook feed. Same for my stories. I run everything from Instagram and go from there. But do what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable, Facebook, whatever, wherever you are comfortable with, I always say, do what you can do that you will do is a big key. All right. One other thing that I think that you should have is, I think that you should have an about me on your personal website. I think it should be about 2 minutes, and I think you should just introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Don. I've been in real estate for 20 years. I'm at Don. Sorry, I don't know what office you're at. I'm at Century 21 Shelby Township, and this is why I love being in real estate. This is why you should come work with me. I've got 2 kids and a dog, and I like to play badminton in my free time. I don't know. Pickleball, or I don't know. Not that you look like a badminton guy, Don. I'm just, but and I think that should be a little bit more formal. I think it should be a little bit more polished. I think you should spend some time with that. And again, and someone remind me if I'm wrong, I believe that marketing can, for a fee, help you with some of this stuff. All right, here's the thing. Let's actually spend a lot of the time talking about what in the world should we post? How do we actually get engagement? So the very first thing I think that everyone should post as a video is some kind of about me or some kind of story brand. So does anyone know the story about Tom Shoes? I know I've told you guys the story. Like the big marketing pitch for Tom Shoes and Bombas Socks do the same thing, is they have a philanthropic aspect. So I think it's like for every pair of shoes, they donate another pair of shoes.
Yes.
And Bombas Socks does that for the homeless, right? Every pair of socks they sell, they donate one to homeless shelters. So, and not that you have to have that exact thing, but what is the driver behind you? So what is running your business? What's motivating you? Why is your real estate business, not just why are the services different, but what is emotionally different about your business? One of our agents, Diane, has in her signature line, she's got a shot of her and her two dogs, right? Like that's something she's really fired up about. We've got, I know Lauren Fortenberry in our C21 Clarkson office does a lot of videos. She's a big dog owner and she does dog rescue stuff. And that's something that she's real big on. Whatever is your story is a good thing to tell. And I'm going to dive a little bit more into some engaging things and how you guys can use. I am not a big AI guy, but I think that AI can be a fabulous starting point for us for some of this. And I'll talk about that on some of the scripts. And when I say scripts, I mean really ideas. I don't think like you should be. Let me pause here for 1 second. When I'm using the word script, I mean an actual word for word script. If you have to do that, that's fine. If you need a teleprompter app, whatever you've got to do, that's great. But I think that the best thing to do is just to talk as if you're talking to somebody. So a couple other things to post: walkthroughs of showings, listings, open houses. Guys, get permission from listing agents if you're going to take any video or photos while you're in a house. It's a good thing to do. But the great thing too on some of these, so I am still someone that firmly believes that there's no substitute for previewing property in person. I preview a ton of property every week. I probably preview 7 or 8 properties every single week, totally unrelated to my buyers or my sellers or anything like that. And the great way that you can do this is, so I'm going to give you an example of how you can take, instead of just saying, come with me to see 123 Main Street, and let's say we've got 123 Main Street listed for $300,000 in Lake Orion, because that's where I'm sitting. Instead of saying, come with me to see 123 Main Street in Lake Orion, a much better way to do this is, hey, what can $300,000 get you in downtown Lake Orion? So we want to make sure that we have these engaging hooks. We've got about 2 seconds. Our open house, instead of just saying, hey, I'm holding an open house at 3, 4, or 5 Banana Street, say, hey guys, I'm holding this house open today that has the most amazing pool. You've got to come with me to see it. So we want to make sure that we're connecting with people. We want to stand out from every other listing video and every other walkthrough video that's out there. This is not something that you would make the actual content of, but video reviews, video testimonials. If you have clients that are raving fans of yours, to take them aside after closing and say, hey, can I film you for 10 seconds? Just saying, hey, I had a fabulous transaction with Jason. I would totally recommend doing that. This is a great thing. Local hotspots, interviews, top lists. And this is, I was watching Ricky Caruth this morning, and he said something about, or yesterday morning, and he said people don't care about your market data. They can go find your market data anywhere. What they want is your opinion, because you're an expert. And so let's give an expert opinion, right? So local hotspots. So I live in a town that has no restaurants or bars. So that's not a good example. If you were in, so I'm going to use let's say Shelby Township, you are going to know the best spots better than anybody else. You're going to know the hole in the wall places. You're going to know the places that are, here's the best place if you want to get, Mexican food. Here's the best place if you want to find pad thai, right? Here's the best places to take your kids that don't charge you an arm and a leg to have, them play for, whatever. Interviews and collaborations with local business owners. If you have a place that you go all the time, and I'm going to go a little bit more into this, and you know the owner. So for example, our office used to be in the same building as Brioni's. So if you guys have not been there, it's like the best sandwich shop in Clarkston. And the owner would always be sitting there. So when you get to know a business owner like that, say, hey, I'd love to promote your business. Would you mind just having a 2-minute interview, a 1-minute interview with me about, what drives, what's so great about your sandwich shop? Another thing to do, by the way, when it comes to local businesses, if you've got local business owners, do some cross promotion. I know that one of our Clarkston agents had a deal with, I think it was her, like her shake shop, where if you ordered online and you gave like the code Jessica, they'd give you 10% off or something. So it was a way to kind of cross promote between businesses. Another great thing is top lists. What are the top 5 things that you love about the city of Rochester? What are the top 3 places to get a margarita in Sterling Heights? And can you even be more specific? What are the 3 best golf courses to play for under $50 in Lapeer? And there's not that many, but it's so right. Everyone has a niche, and go towards that tribe. So like Eric, who's sitting next to me, is a big golfer. His people are golfers. We want to make sure to put that content out that fits with our people. Maybe they're sports people. Here's the 3 best places to watch a Lions game, in New Baltimore. Another topic, homeowner tips and tricks. So, hey, here are the 3. So we're in the fall. Here are the 3 things you need to know before winterizing your house. Don't make these 5 mistakes before your spring cleaning. And don't be afraid to be clickbaity, right? Like that's a clickbait title. That's okay. Like that's all right. It's okay to have, some sensationalism here. I stay away from, I'll be honest with you, I stay away from some of the real estate stuff. Like here's 3 things you need to know about your home inspection. And the reason for that is if they need to know about a home inspection, they're either with me and I should have told them that, or they're not working with me and I've missed it. Right? Let's talk to people that aren't in the midst of an active real estate transaction. Another great one is, hey, but speaking of the real estate transaction, here's 5 things that you need to know before you start house hunting. Here's 5 ways that you should prep your home before you call me to sell it. Another great topic is, and I know I'm covering a lot of stuff. You guys, if anybody wants some of these slides, let me know. I can send them because I'm trying to cover a lot of these because I know everyone's going to have different interests. And I'll also show you how I was using chat to make some of these prompts too. Yeah, videos used to be a lot harder before Chat GPT. I literally had this like scratch pad on my phone of like 100 video ideas, and I would just add them in as I was doing things when I thought of them. Another one is community events. What's going on in your neighborhood? So like last week we had Taste of Clarkston in Clarkston. That was last Saturday, big event, 10,000 people. Would that have been a great thing to put on video? Hey, you had Lapeer Days. You've got Sterling Fest, whatever you have going on. Chris Van Bell, who's in our Lapeer office, and I, for years, had what we called the weekend update, where, by the way, you want to talk about bad video quality? Like look at some of my videos from like 2014 and 15, right? Like the video quality was terrible. And we would go through events that were happening in Metro Detroit every weekend. Here's the things that you can go do this weekend. And then also I like some behind the scenes content. What's going on in your life today? If I followed you around with a camera, what were some of the fun things that you were doing, whether personal or in business, right? Hey, we were in, the coolest neighborhood today showing houses. John, who's sitting next to me, just sold this amazing like castle looking mansion in Flint. Hey, check out this super cool mansion in Flint. Things to know about where you live. Here's 5 things you need to know about living in St. Clair Shores. Here are 6 reasons why you might not want to live in Groveland Township, and kind of go the sarcastic route. Hey, how do I know what my home is really worth? And then I do think that some of the real estate stuff can be really good. Especially when we're looking, if zero is the genesis point of them deciding to make a move, if we can find them at -5, -10 on the timeline, right? 2, 3, 4, 5 months before they even think about moving, and hit them with, hey, here's what happens when X happens during a transaction. How much of a down payment do you really need? Are you best served saving for a down payment instead of just going and buying with a lower down payment, right? Videos about down payment assistance programs and loan programs. They said we got a lot of stuff. I love collaborations. So if you can get a buddy on with you, especially if you're a little bit nervous about doing video, if you can get a buddy, another agent, a lender, a contractor, a home inspector, somebody from title, take advantage of your affiliate services, guys. Quick market updates and explanations. Now, I want to be super clear in this. I have seen so many market videos that are like, hey, we have had 1,000 listings last month, and we had 28 days on market, and 1,200 pendings and 800 closings. Does anyone care about any of those statistics? Anybody? So what do we need to do instead? Somebody? Anybody? We got to give our opinions, right? Explain to them what they need to know about the market. So it's not just we have our average days on market is 28 days. What we've got to say is, hey, listen, if you want to make a move before Halloween, you can still list your house today, be under contract before Halloween, and be gone by Christmas, right? Hey, here's something that you should know. Our homes are still being absorbed as fast as we're putting them on the market. We're still tight on new listings. Make sure that I always say, talk to it so I have a 4-year-old at home. Talk to your people like you're explaining the market to a 4-year-old. Not that my 4-year-old cares at all about the real estate market, but you know what I'm saying. And by the way, I'll show you how AI can help you with that as well. A series that I love that I did 30 real estate questions in 30 days and 30 seconds. I posted them as stories. I have that list of questions if anyone would like them. And it was quick answers like, hey, Peter, really quickly, where do you think the market's going in 6 months? When's the best time of the year to sell my house? What updates should I put in if I'm thinking of remodeling? It was super easy questions that you guys are real estate experts. You know this stuff. You just have to be able to disseminate it down into little tiny chunks. Reverse success proofs. So who sold a house with multiple offers over the last 6 months? Yeah. So a quick video. Hey, everybody, just want to let you know, I just had the blessing of closing with this amazing seller. And I'll tell you what, we got them $5,000 over asking. And the way we did that was we got 6 offers. And the way we did that was we did this and this for marketing. We priced it competitively. And we did that by staging the house and properly setting up and telling that story in reverse. That's a great one. Another one that I think is a little bit fun, especially if you tend to be funny on camera, which I am not, HGTV debunkings, right? So I have done a video. I said, hey, so if you come work with me, did you know that you can see more than 3 houses and you don't have to pick one at the end of the day, right? So some of those things, where we've all watched HGTV. Hey, did you know that you can't just come in and have a renovation done in 24 hours? Again, real estate is fun, guys. There's no reason that we have to be glum all the time. And then, of course, you need to do listing promotion videos. That goes without saying. You don't really need to do so I'll tell you what I do with my listings. The minute that I walk out of the listing appointment, that I've got it signed, I put my camera in front of my face and I go, hello, everybody. By the way, you do not need to introduce yourself on social. It says your name right there, right? So, hey, everybody, just wanted to let you know I've got this fabulous new listing coming up. It's got 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. It's coming up next week, and it's got the most gorgeous kitchen you've ever seen. Stay tuned for more. And then I post my actual walkthrough video that's professionally done and all that fun stuff. Neighborhood walkthroughs and drive-throughs, especially if you are someone that tends to walk neighborhoods anyways. You're walking your dog, you're walking your kids. take a video of a neighborhood. Say, hey guys, I wanted to spotlight Oakhurst today. The values in here are between $7 to $1.1 million. They tend to be, there's 3 golf courses here, or I forget what Oakhurst has, whatever. And the residents here love to drive around in their golf carts. I don't know, whatever is special about that neighborhood. And you can do the same thing with an area or a city. What makes your area, city unique? You know, especially if you're so you're in Birmingham, here are here's the 3 things that you need to know about Birmingham. Giving updates. So like where Mary lives, we've got a disgusting amount of construction. Quick video saying, hey, if you're coming out to the Clarkston area this week, you got to know that construction's starting at I-75 and Holly Road. So informative, educational, fun, right? And also don't be afraid to post fun personal videos. I posted a story of my kid driving around in her power wheelers the other day. People love it. Okay, great. Don't be afraid to take advantage of your children and your dogs, right? Kids and dogs perform unbelievably well. All right, so a couple of tips, and then we'll go through, we'll be a little bit past 12:30, but a couple of tips as far as getting started, and then we'll look at a couple of prompts that can really help you with AI. And by the way, again, I am a moron when it comes to AI, so bear that in mind. So a couple of things. Remember, your clients already know what you look and sound like. Nobody likes the look and sound of themselves on video, unless you have a real ego problem. And I haven't run into many of those people. So if you're like, I love how I sound on video, we got to have a chat. Like you need professional help, I think. So no need to be self-conscious. It's okay. Everyone has these things. And remember, your clients can see you and hear you. They know what you look like. You will be surprised at how many people appreciate you bringing value. I've told the story before of I sold my kindergarten art teacher's house after not seeing her for 15 years because she watched my videos. I have people now to this day that come up and go, they feel like they know you in real life because they're constantly watching you on video. It's a window into your life. The other thing is the snowball effect. You'd be amazed at how many people from 1 video to 2 videos to 5 videos will continue to then follow. And you'll start to see people that they might never answer the phone if you called them, but they're watching your videos and they're liking them and sharing them and commenting, right? Stay away from analysis paralysis. If you say during your video or you stumble over your words, it's okay. No one's going to die. Right? You know what the worst thing that will happen if you have a bad video is? No one will see it. That's the worst thing that can happen. So if you're worried about, like, it's not like people are going to point and laugh at you and go like, oh, Marietta made a bad video. No, that's not what happens. I think you'd be surprised when people say, hey, Marietta, we saw a video with your dog in it and it looks great. It was so cute. She's holding her dog in the frame. And then also the thing that helps too, film multiple videos, take some time, take an hour. And if you're the type that needs to swap out your outfits or whatever, swap out your outfits and just film 3, 4, 5 videos and then post them later. And I used to have a whole list of camera equipment that I think you need and microphones and all this stuff. You now have 4K video and a great microphone as long as you're not like outside in the wind right here. Turn your phone around. Natural light is great, but like, it's not that big of a deal. And just hit record. That's it. Sometimes you don't even have to open the camera app. You can do it right from Instagram or Facebook. I'm sorry. One other thing I did want to note is if you are an Instagram user and you've filmed Reels before, if you are interested in filming market updates or anything that have Instagram's built-in green screen, if you're to that stage, we're like, hey, I know how to film a video, want to know green screen, shoot me a message. I'll put my phone number in the chat and I can walk you through that real quick. All right, let's talk AI, some prompts. Any questions so far, guys? I know I'm covering a ton of material really, really quickly. Any questions so far? I know I'm just throwing a lot of ideas at you. Cool. All right. And like I said, the thought of this today is really what kind of content. So, all right. So let's do this. Let's go to, I am using ChatGPT. I'm not sure what, oh, by the way, this is where my because John and I thought it was funny, like Hot Pockets, right? So that's where that came from. Again, I am a petulant child. All right. let's look at this, guys. You guys can still, everyone can still see my screen. All right. So this is all I said to AI. Can you give me some engaging hooks for real estate house tour videos? Boom. Gave me tons of ideas. Now, they're not always great. Like, for example, you may not want to, one of them said, this is a dream house for a family. And I'm like, okay, fair housing. So be careful. And so I actually then put in a prompt that said, can you tailor this to reels? Give me engagement in the first 2 seconds. And it gave me some, now if I on video said this home gave me instant chills when I walked in, I think I'd get put on a list. But you know, if I said like, hey, this is the awesome, like the most awesome living room I've ever seen. Hey, this is what $400,000 gets you in Lake Orion right now. And especially this is where you've got to understand your own unique style. So maybe you say like, so for me, I'm not like, I want to be more professional. I can literally just ask. Yeah, exactly. So maybe you want to be a little bit more polished. Maybe you want to be a little bit more funny, but you don't exactly have great real estate jokes, right? This is where you can kind of go nuts, take a little bit of time, but also don't like go spend 6 hours looking at prompts. Grab 3. This is what I'm going to challenge you guys to do something today. Also, if I'm not connected to you guys on social, I will do this myself too. Post something 30 seconds with one of these hooks. It can even be just, hey, everybody, I've never been on video before. You know, my name is Lori and I wanted to introduce myself. I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Professionals. I'd love to talk to you about the value of your home. I don't care if it's just that. Just go introduce yourself. You know, don't worry too much about the music that's there or any of that stuff. So feel free to tailor this to yourself, tailor it to what you're doing. So maybe it's, give me 5 restaurant, or we're going to do bars because I can't spell restaurant because in Rochester that are trendy. Well, I should have said Rochester, Michigan. It now does not know. There we go. So maybe I want to say, hey, check out these. If you're going out this weekend, check out these 5 bars in Rochester, and you could just name them really quickly. Or you could walk around in Rochester and show us a little bit of video. Maybe you're going to get a cocktail today anyways. And you go, hey, come join me in O'Connor's Public House. We're going to have a Guinness because it's rainy outside and it's starting to be fall. I don't know. So whatever you're into, maybe it's like I said, maybe it's golf courses. Give me 5 great value golf courses in Oakland County. I can show a quick video, again, 30 seconds. Hey, golfers, I know that we've still got a couple of great weeks of golf left. If you haven't tried these 5 courses in Oakland County, check them out and then just name them off. So tailor this to you, tailor it to what you like, tailor it to what you're good at, and tailor it to your personality. So again, if you want to make jokes on there, great. If you want to do, like I know I brought it before, but Lauren Fortenberry from our Clarkson office did a video on May 4th where she dressed up like a Star Wars stormtrooper and ran around cleaning her house with funny music behind it, right? Like, because she likes to do that sort of thing. So tailor it to you, tailor it to what you like to do. The other thing, that last piece of advice I'll give you to wrap this up, rip off and duplicate. Go follow agents that are already making great content and just do what they're doing. I don't care if you rip it off almost word for word. The chances that your spheres are going to overlap is very, very minimal. So follow other people and see what they're doing. Let's see this. Hang on. Maybe chat will even be able to tell us this. Yes, Taylor, absolutely. Don't overthink it. right? Don't overthink it. It's okay. And also, by the way, you guys, your first one will be terrible. Your first 20 will be terrible. And that's okay. But once you've done, like, I think I've done 300 or 400, it starts to get easier. And one more tip, if you're nervous, start with stories. Because remember, your stories disappear after 24 hours. So even if you're like, I hope nobody ever sees this again after today, that's okay. No one will ever see it again because it disappears. So, all right. Any questions, guys? I know we went a little bit over time. Hopefully this gave you some ideas on where to start. Again, don't overthink it. Any questions, any tips? Is anyone going to go out and take a video today? Yes or yes? Show of hands. Thank you. I follow most of you on social media. I am going to hunt you down if you don't. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for putting up with me instead of Darwin. He will be back again next week, and I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And go talk to people.